Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I said I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're...
What's going on, everybody? My name, as always, is Brandon Dudechair Craven, and this is the official Rolling Wrestling review of episode number 2 of the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series video game. And as always, I do not own the rights to that song you heard in the beginning, Hooked on a Feeling by Bruce Wade. So do not sue me. Do not put a restriction on this video, YouTube. I do not own the rights to this song. I do not make any money off of this video. So do not sue me. But let's go ahead and get started with the official review of this game. First of all, we're going to take a look at the gameplay. The gameplay for this game, as like the first one, and as with any Telltale video game, is really cartoonish, but it's really good. It's really fluid. I like the fluidity of it. I like how it flows from one scene to the next. You know, it was just a really, really cool... It's just a really, really old school type of game. The gameplay was really cool. The one thing where this game really goes above and beyond over, say, Batman, for example, which is the other game I'm going to review later on today. I'll put a link down to that video in down here somewhere at the end of the video of this video. But the way that it kind of overshines that game is the free roaming ability. The free roaming ability in Guardians of the Galaxy's video game for Telltale is above and beyond. You can go anywhere on the ship. You can go anywhere in any level that you're on. You can basically free roam and do whatever you want. You still have the objectives to complete, but you can pretty much do whatever you want. Like, for example, say you're on the ship, on Peter Quill's ship. You can basically go to Groot's room, you can go to Rocket's room, Gamora's, Drax's room, the cockpit of the ship, the back of the ship to look outside at the at space and look at the planet that you're on. It's really cool. So that really, to me, just stands out compared to, say, Batman's Telltale Games, because you really can't do a whole lot of free roaming on that game. You can when you're in the Batcave, but like I said, I'll talk more about that in my next review of episode 1 of the second season of the Batman Telltale Games. But overall, the gameplay for episode 2 is fantastic. Now, let's take a look at the storyline. The storyline for Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 2, really, it follows Rocket Raccoon. Now, there's no spoilers in this video. I should have said that at the beginning, but I didn't. But there's really no spoilers here. It follows Rocket's story, kind of gives a background into his life and how he came to be Rocket Raccoon. And it's just really cool. But it also really depends on if you follow steps to get to that story and to get to that background. So it's really cool how it follows that, and it's a really heartfelt story, and it's really heart-wrenching to me, because Rocket's story about how he got all these mechanical things in him and all these little scars and everything, it's really heart-wrenching, and it's just it kind of made you tear up every now and then. Well, for me it did, but I'm just a dork. But anyway, so it was a really cool story. I really liked the background that they had for the story. You got introduced to a new character. She was a really cool character. I will tell you, she's a she. And she was a really cool character. And it's just a really, really good storyline. I really like the storyline for this one. I'm going to play episode 3 later today. I'm a little late on it, but I am going to play it later today. And hopefully that review will be out next weekend along with my reviews of SummerSlam, WWE SummerSlam, and NXT Brooklyn 3. So be on the lookout for those next week, by the way. The cheap plug. Anyway, let's take a look at the voice cast now. The voice cast for episode 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series game is pretty much the same. You got introduced to a few new characters, but Scott Porter still plays Peter Quill / Star-Lord. You've got Brandon Paul Ells, who plays Drax the Destroyer. He also plays a couple of other characters, but he's most notable for Drax in this one. Emily O'Brien plays Gamora, so she's back as Gamora. You've got Adam Harrington, who plays Groot. And you've also got the legendary voice actor, Nolan North, who plays Rocket Raccoon. Like I said in the first one, you may know him from Deadpool. You may know him from, if you're a fan of PlayStation 4s or any PlayStation, Uncharted. He played Nathan Drake. And I just got through playing the new Uncharted, The Lost Legacy. That was a really good game too. I may do a review on it. Let me know if you want a review of that in the comments. And you were introduced to a few new characters. For example, you had Mark Barbalak, who played Yondu, which was really cool. It was really cool to introduce him. You know, he didn't have a big part in this one, so I'm wondering if he's going to have a big part in episode 3. But he didn't have a big part in this one. So it was kind of like the movies, where he's kind of a background character, but this one he was a really background character. So it was really cool. But the voice cast was very good, and it's always very well done with these games. They go all out when it comes to voice cast. They don't cut any shortcuts. They don't, do any, they don't have any unknowns really when it comes to doing these voices. And if they do have any unknowns, you'll know them by the end of the series, because that's how good they are. My final thoughts on episode 2 are, it was just as good, if not better than the first one. The first one was fantastic. They went right out of the gate with all of their stories and, introducing characters and all of that. So, I mean, it was really good on the first one. But the second one, to me, almost outshines that one, because you got to really do a lot more stuff in this one. You really got to do a whole lot of stuff in this one. And it's just, you've learned a lot about Rocket. And you learned a lot about Peter in the first one. But you really learned a lot about Rocket in this one. And it was just, to me, he's one of my favorite characters, because he's one of the coolest ones to me. But, he was just, you just really got to learn a lot about it. And the gameplay was great. Everything about this series is turning out to be really good. And I really hope they continue it into a season 2, into a season 3, 4, 5, and so on. So, it's just really good and really out of the gate so far. But that's going to do it for my review of Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 2 from TellTale Series Games. And hopefully here soon you're going to see Episode 3 of that series coming up here in about a week or so. I'm going to try to get it up next weekend. So, anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comments below. Also, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, so that way you'll know when I post these videos, which I am getting caught up, so hopefully they'll be out a lot quicker than they have been, and I do apologize about that. But hopefully you'll like my SummerSlam review intro. That's what took so long to get these videos up this time around. But anyway, guys, stick around for another video. I've got that coming out later today. As a matter of fact, you can actually link right here, the video right there, and go watch it. So, anyways, I will see you guys next time right here on the Rolling Wrestling Review Show here on YouTube. God bless you. See you next time. Have a good day, everybody.